Good morning. Happy Wednesday. On the first dirt climb of the day, getting it done. There's no time to stop and talk today, so I'm gonna hit it on the run. I want to touch on my process and some simple things that I did to go from running 0 miles a day November of 2019 to 8+ miles 6 days, 7 days a week now. All right, for some perspective, for those of you who are new or those of you who like to hear it, a little over a year ago I would eat more chicken wings or drink more beer than I'm running miles in a week. No joke. 50 wings or 20 nuggets or cheeseburgers were my major thing. Food was my thing. I ate to feel better. And 1 year after starting to move daily, I was definitely depressed. I'm coming to you from the other end of the spectrum 1 year later, almost 1,600 miles later, 50 pounds lighter plus, and definitely happier than I've ever been on my own accord. People have made me happy, things have made me happy, but at this point I am increasing my own happiness through exercise and effort. Here we go. The two most underrated principles and exercises I can throw out there. One is the value of reverse engineering and the ability to reverse engineer. Two are the effects of compounding interest or the compounding effects of micro changes. Reverse engineering. Reverse engineering is a process of taking a product or an end result and running it backwards to become aware of and analyze the steps it took to build that product or get that end result. My personal story is an example. 2 years ago, I was 70 pounds heavier. I'm under 5'10", like just under that. I was 225. I was stepping up my pants game from 34s to 36s. 36s became tight. My larges in my shirts became extra larges. And the process was in full effect. I was getting old, bald, and fat. I did all the easy things first. I shaved my head. Boom, problem solved. If you're going bald, just be bald. I was lucky, I have a round head. So from there, started buying bigger clothes. Clothes don't fit, buy bigger clothes. Problem solved. Now my clothes fit. I was adjusting my base reality to meet a false image of myself. I literally started to tell people I was just big boned. I have two brothers who are in pretty good shape. One of my brothers is an absolute jacked animal. Dude's got like an 8-pack, and we share the same genetics, very similar bone structure. He is not big boned. That got me thinking, shit, I might not be either. Okay, so we just established my process of dealing with aging and change was to implement a healthy layer of delusion. So this is where reverse engineering comes in. I started looking at all the people my age or older that were in shape. For me, I'm a simpleton, full of, comparison and basic analysis. So to me, it was like, all right, does that dude have a 6-pack or does that chick have a 6-pack? Again, product of society. From there, I would identify those people who were in shape, and I would either ask them or I would start to pay attention to their life process. There were some major differences in habits between them and I. Okay, 6-pack dude, how often do you eat chicken wings? I don't eat fried food. Oh shit, I eat it like once a day. Okay, caloric expenditure. How often do you move versus, what are the quality of calories you're putting in your body? I work out once a day and I eat for fuel. Oh shit, I haven't worked out in 5 years and I eat for pleasure. Once I had reverse engineered their process, it basically came down to this. The people who were in shape were mentally strong and had healthy habits that reoccurred daily, if not mostly daily. I was mentally weak and I did not have habits that were healthy. I had unhealthy habits. Smoke weed a lot, drink alcohol a lot, eat food whenever I wanted to, and I led a sedentary lifestyle minus surfing, which I was good at when I was a kid, and I had literally evolved into the shittiest surfer of all time. Even my friends, I was like, dude, I think I need to lose weight. They're like, bro, just get a thicker board. You're not gonna lose weight. Thanks, be fun. Seriously. So once the reality of my life was leveled, I was able then, from a place of honesty, to evaluate my life and implement micro changes from there on out. So micro changes. It's basically the concept that small change over time compounds into big change. But you guys have probably heard 1% a day is 365% a year. So for me, it was easier to commit to some type of movement, knowing that if I burned an extra 100 calories a day, every 35 days it'd be 3,500 calorie in additional deficit. And that should equate, in a perfect world, to about a pound of body weight. That micro change came in the form of a Peloton. We were lucky enough to be able to afford one. We bought one, and I started riding once or twice a week. Once that became habit, 20 minutes, super attainable goals, then I stepped it up to 3 times a week, 4 times a week. 20 minutes became 30. Once you do 30, 20 is easy. 30 became 45. Once you do that, 30 is easy. 45 became an hour. And once you do that, 45 is easy. And then Thanksgiving 2019, I was out of town without my Peloton. I put some Nikes on and I went for my first run. That was the day that my relationship with pain went from acquaintances to best buds. I fell in love with the threshold between quitting and continuing. And that is the dragon I'm chasing today, is literally the line between failure and success, or quitting and continuing. So that day I ran further than I've ever ran in my entire life, which was like 4 miles. Before that, I've struggled to run 2 ever. And then a few weeks later, once the soreness was away, I ran again, ran 6. And then instead of a few weeks, I think 2 weeks went by, ran again, another 6. And then, that continued. And now from that, 1 year later, 8-mile loops are my routine. And I'll now start incorporating weights into this. I've been doing kettlebells for a while, but that's my 2021 goal. So to sum it up, through the process of reverse engineering my goals and implementing micro changes in my life, the compounding effect has been drastic weight loss, 70 pounds over 2 years, 50 pounds in the last year, and really solving my depression. My antidepressant is a potent cocktail of discipline, effort, and pain repeated every morning. If you start your morning out doing something hard that you don't think you can do, somebody could literally kick you in the mouth later and it's not going to hurt you. You've already won the day. Any failure you have after putting forth a solid effort first thing in the morning doesn't mean shit. So I'm telling you guys this not to toot my own horn, although don't get me wrong, after you put in the work that I've put in, it does feel good to reflect. I'm telling you this to try to help you, to let you know that anybody can do this. Everybody's got different circumstances, so maybe your methods are different, but you have to adapt and mold your methods to your life. I haven't done this in a vacuum. I've got a stressful job. I help run a company with 112 people, and You know, I'm involved with another company with another 30 or 40. I'm for the 112, I'm responsible for sales. So the weight of the necessity for revenue to sustain 112 people and their families falls on my shoulders. I have a wife, a 2-year-old. My wife's pregnant, due March 1st. I wouldn't be able to do any of this without my wife. So let me put that out there. The reason I can do this is because of my wife. She stays at home with my daughter. You know, she holds down the fort. She makes a strong house. She just called me to ask me if I want bacon. Fuck yeah, I want bacon. That's what I'm talking about. It's partnerships. Thanks, babe. Love you. Mwah.